Hello, friends. Welcome back to the series on the Pursuit of God by A.W. Tozer. So, in this chapter, we'll dive into chapter 5. We're exploring the universal presence. And it is an incredible truth that the author reminds us of, which is that God is always here, is everywhere, and is always with us. It's not just some God who is far off in the heaven and then we're just here on earth, but no, is right here with us. So this part really struck me because it made me realize how often we don't notice God, even though God is always around us, is always waiting to connect with us. And they also point out that while a lot of Christian teachings mention is that yes, God is with us, God is always here, many of us haven't fully grasped it. Let us think about it this way. We can all agree that there's no place you can go where God is not, right? Not the highest mountain, not the deepest ocean, not even the darkest corner of our hearts. God is everywhere. But a lot of times we just act like no, it's far away. Sometimes we hide, sometimes we doubt, sometimes we miss God. Just the way Adam and Eve tried to hide from God in the Garden of Eden, or the way David tried to, he wondered how he could escape from God's presence. But this is the beautiful truth. God's presence is not about distance, it's about awareness. Oh my God. You see, this chapter is my best chapter in the whole of the book because it spoke to me personally. It spoke about the awareness of God. God is with us, He wants to connect with us, but then we have to respond. We have to respond to the calling of God. We have to yield. We have to want to develop that relationship with Him. And what makes the difference is that awareness in our hearts, is that response in our hearts to His nearness. You see, the difference between a lukewarm and a radiant Christian life is not God withholding Himself. It is our receptivity. I'm going to explain that. And I love the way the author explained this. It's so beautiful. In fact, you need to read it yourself. You see, saints like Moses, David, Paul, and countless others. Let's even talk about people that we can see around us. The people that we perceive that they're experiencing God personally. The difference between them and someone who is lukewarm is something that we call the spiritual receptivity. And spiritual receptivity means that God gives you the nudge and you respond. It's about you responding. We spoke about in chapter 1 that God create this desire in us, the desire that you have to even think of you wanting to pursue God. God created that desire. God already sought you before you think of seeking God. So God is definitely going to nudge you. God is definitely going to show Himself to you. The question is, will you respond? You know, so those people, those saints, those people that will see high up there that yes, these people are experiencing God. The difference between them and the lukewarm Christian is that they cultivated that awareness until it becomes a central of their lives. They cultivated that act of responding. There's a nudge, you respond. God is dropping something in your heart, you respond. You're seeing God in nature, you respond. Receptivity. So it is not automatic. Yes, you can say it's a gift. Yes, it's a gift, but it is something that we have to exercise. It is something we have to practice. It's something we have to live by daily, and then it becomes a habit. It becomes something that it just comes naturally to us. Okay, we have to cultivate it just like any skill, right? Faith, obedience, humility, and love opens our heart up to God's ongoing revelation. When we actively seek God, He doesn't stay silent. God will definitely meet us. He will speak to us and He will reveal Himself in ways that will definitely transform our lives. So you might want to ask, how do we then become more aware of God's presence? Number one is to acknowledge His presence. First, you need to acknowledge the presence of God. You need to pause and remind yourself that yes, God is here. You go to your work, God is here. You go to the restroom, God is here. You're doing your chores at home, God is here. God is everywhere. Not someday, not somewhere else, but right there with you. He is everywhere at every time. Okay? Number two is to practice spiritual awareness. You have to respond to his nudges. You see, God will definitely nudge you. I'm using the word definitely intentionally. Yes, he will definitely nudge you. You have to respond. You need to respond. And that also is obedience and humility. You have to obey. You see, obey. He will nudge you to pray. He will nudge you to meditate. He will nudge you to open his word. He will nudge you to listen. Yours is just to respond. And the more you respond, the more you cooperate with God, the more it shows himself to you. You respond, it shows more. You respond, it shows more. And before you know it, spirituality becomes real to you. Spirituality becomes tangible to you. The summary here is that it is about building a daily habit. Okay, a daily habit of responding to God, a daily habit of cultivating spiritual awareness. It might be slow, but surely you will get there. God's presence will become so real and more tangible to you and definitely change your life. So, that is chapter 5, the universal presence of God. It's a reminder that God is everywhere, is reaching out to us, and our part is simply to respond and develop spiritual receptivity and to seek Him with faith, love, and obedience. So, if this chapter spoke to you, please take a moment today to pause and to notice God around you. He's everywhere, in nature, in what you do, in your work. God is everywhere. So, just pause today and notice God. I would like you to share your thoughts with me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so we can keep working this journey together. I'm going to see you in the next chapter. Bye for now.